Hey everyone! Yesterday the entire Resident Evil community was thrown into chaos, and today we are diving straight into the eye of the storm. In this video we are breaking down everything: the zombie reveal, the massive alleged story leaked, the rumors about returning characters, the potential stalker enemy, and why all signs point to the Game Awards becoming the biggest Resident Evil moment of the decade. But are these leaks just fanfictions with perfect timing, or is Capcom quietly building towards one of the most explosive reveals in franchise history? Stay with me until the end, because some of the connections between these leaks, insider whispers and Capcom's timing are genuinely shocking. And if even half of this lines up, next week could change everything. And hey, if you enjoy deep dive breakdowns like these and want to stay ahead of the hype, hit that subscribe button, drop a like and make sure notifications are on so you don't miss what comes next. Let's jump in. So, as I said yesterday, everything changed for Resident Evil community. With just a few seconds of leaked gameplay, the internet exploded, theories erupted, and the hype around Resident Evil Requiem reached a level none of us were prepared for. The clip shows Grace, the brand new protagonist, moving slowly through a suffocating pitch-black corridor, her footsteps echoing as she approaches a staircase. She raises her gun, fires, and out of the darkness staggers something fans never expected to see returning: a mainline entry, a classic, rotten, slow-moving Resident Evil zombie. Not a parasite, not a mold mutation, not some bizarre new infection. A real, old-school zombie straight out the early days of the franchise. The second the clip began circulating online, the entire fandom snaps to attention. People instantly pointed out that the vibe is pure survival horror, channeling the same oppressive tone that made Resident Evil 2 Remake a global phenomena. The lightning is suffocating, the tension is thick, and even though the player recording the footage has the aim of a stormtrooper, the atmosphere is absolutely perfect. Grace's flashlight cuts through the dark just in time to reveal the undead face inches from her, and the zombie's movement, the staggering rise, the unstable shuffle, the desperate lunge looks disturbingly realistic. When it finally bites her, the clip stops feeling like gameplay and starts feeling like a full-blown horror film. And the craziest part, insiders say this footage isn't even new. It's from an older developer build. If this is what an outdated version looks like, imagine the terror waiting for us in February. But things only got more chaotic from there, as the community was still trying to breathe after the zombie reveal. An alleged Resident Evil Requiem leak dropped on 4chan. Normally 4chan leaks get tossed into the garbage immediately, but this one caught everyone off guard because it opened up with a fact we already know: Grace Ashcroft is the main protagonist. Quick heads up, what I am about to discuss might dip into potential spoiler territory. If you'd rather go into the game completely blind, this is your cue to jump ahead. Then the leak delivered a shocker, claiming Alyssa Ashcroft is a stalker creature shown in the demo. The post went even further, describing a villain named Viktor Yurchenko, apparently working with two assistants, a girl named Ellen and a henchman nicknamed Palach. And then came the line that froze the entire fanbase. Leon S. Kennedy supposedly appears in two major phases of the story. First, he's investigating Viktor due to suspicious ties to something called Operation Elpis, a secret government pursuit of organizations connected to Umbrella and Raccoon City. Later in the plot, Leon allegedly returns to help rescue Grace. The leak also claims Claire Redfield and Yoko Suzuki have supporting roles. Jill Valentine and Sherry Birkin are referenced as crucial survivors. Mutated versions of Leakers, G-Types and Drain Deimos supposedly return with more decaying, unstable forms. The virus fueling these horrors is said to be called Elanthropus, created through twisted experimentation involving mold and the progenitor virus. The leak describes an 18-hour campaign, a mercenary-style extra mode, and ends with: the connections will play a surprise role in the game, helping Leon to find Grace and stop a large infection in Rhodes Hill. Now, none of this is confirmed, but here's where things get wild. A lot of these ideas line up with what fans and insiders have been whispering for months. The theory of a stalker enemy tied to Grace's family has been floating around forever. The possibility of Leon returning has been teased by multiple sources. A virus mixing all bioweapon DNA fits Capcom's recent direction. Even the idea of connections to Raccoon City survivors has been a trending fan theory. It's all just close enough to make people wonder if this leak is a total fiction or if someone out there actually knows something. And then we get to the timing, the silence from Capcom, a sudden zombie gameplay leak, a huge story leak, and the Game Awards, Capcom's favorite place to drop massive Resident Evil reveals, happening next week. Jeff Keighley has already teased more than a dozen world premiere trailers, and insiders are convinced that Capcom is preparing to detonate something big. Not another logo, not a short teaser, a full, polished high-production trailer. Fan theories have gone wild with the idea that this is where Leon will appear. Think about it, the game launches in February. It's December now, and Capcom has a full Resident Evil showcase scheduled for early 2026. The Game Awards has historically been one of their biggest stages. Everything lines up perfectly for a major character reveal. And if Capcom truly wants to break the internet in real time, having Leon step into frame would be the moment that does it. Fans believe the trailer will show polished combat, new environments, more atmosphere and a deeper look at the survivor horror tone that Capcom is pushing hard. And then, early next year, the official Resident Evil showcase will deliver the deep dive, extended gameplay, Grace's backstory, creature variety, exploration systems, puzzles, inventory management, and commentary on the franchise's return to true survivor horror. But Capcom won't spoil everything. They never do. The biggest twists, the late-game monsters, the shocking story turns, the identity of major villains, those will stay buried in the dark until launch. Horror thrives on the unknown, and Capcom knows exactly how to keep fans hungry. So here we are standing on the edge of what might be one of the most exciting weeks in Resident Evil history. A leaked zombie clip, a suspiciously detailed 4chan post, silence from Capcom, and a massive global stage just days away. If the theories are right, if the insiders are right, and if the timing truly lines up the way everything suggests, then the Game Awards might be the moment Resident Evil step back into the spotlight in the most dramatic way possible. A storm is forming around Resident Evil Requiem, and next week might be the moment lightning finally strikes. And honestly, after everything we've seen, everything we've heard, and everything that just so happens to be lining up at the exact same time, I think Resident Evil Requiem is shaping up to be one of the boldest pivots this series has made in years. The return of slow, classic zombies, a new protagonist with a mysterious past, rumors of stalkers, government conspiracies, hybrid viruses, and the possible comeback of Leon, Claire, and other icons. To me, this doesn't feel like random noise anymore. It feels like Capcom is stitching together a love letter to the entire franchise, combining the fear of the old games with the ambition of the new ones. And if these leaks and theories turn out to be even half accurate, Requiem could be the moment where Resident Evil reconnects with its roots without sacrificing the massive scale fans expect today. I can easily imagine a future where Grace's story ties directly into the larger Resident Evil timeline, where the connections stepped out of the shadows again, where old survivors finally collide with new threats, and where Capcom builds a multi-game arc that feels as big and mysterious as the original Raccoon City era. If Requiem truly brings back real survivor horror, limited ammo, oppressive atmosphere, unpredictable monsters, we might be witnessing the start of a whole new golden age for the series. But that's just my take. Now I want to hear yours. Do you think these leaks are legit? And what do you want to see most in Resident Evil Requiem? The return of classic zombies, Leon's comeback, a terrifying stalker, or something completely different? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's break this down together. Thanks for watching. For more updates on Resident Evil Requiem or other gaming content, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Until then, stay safe.